Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, now we officially started. If someone wants to actually start talking about some stuff here, but how's everyone's day going?
It's wonderful.
Doing pretty good over there.
I feel like my mouth's gonna fall off, but I'm gonna make it through this next hour and a half or so. I got these sunglasses on because I like to wear them at night. It's actually the extreme sunlight and this awesome sunset that we're getting here in the cube right now.
It's a little bright.
Yeah, it is a little bright. Welcome back, everybody, to the next episode of The Cube. And Tucker and Camden and Elise all decided to come back and hang out with me, which that's crazy of them. I just panned the camera this way just a little bit here. You can see Elise is hanging out in the corner. Wait.
Slow pan.
Slow pan. Here's there's the reveal. Yeah. Have to work on the AI programming on this later. But yeah, so how's everybody's week? This hell week going? Midterm week. Good?
Dude, honestly, pretty good. I got definitely over a 95 on my pre-calc midterm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Aced my ASL midterm. I think my midterms went great.
Yeah.
What about you, Cam?
I barely had any. I took one exam for pre-calc. It was really easy because it was a half exam. It wasn't even a full exam. So I think it went well. My week is over now as well. I don't have any classes tomorrow. And then anything I would have had content for tomorrow, I'm done.
You're done, huh? That's
it?
it?
So I got break now.
Yeah,
I'm officially on break.
Good for you.
Nice.
I'm not on break yet until 1 o'clock or so tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got to wake up and do the radio show at 6. What about you, Elise?
I mean, all my midterms are officially done at this point.
Hey.
But I mean, I like you. I still
Yeah.
have a class tomorrow.
Yeah, I still got to hand in the exam.
Mhm. We're
My
probably gonna get
pre-calc
homework
teacher's
for
telling me
class tomorrow too.
Oh, yeah, I have to do that too tonight. I have to do that homework. Did you do that homework assignment?
Yeah, it's really easy.
Okay, yeah, that's why I left it off to the side until like last minute, because I knew it would probably be really easy.
Mhm.
The exam wasn't that bad though either. No, yeah. I really don't think that class is that difficult, even though I feel like some people might be struggling a little bit. I don't know. That's not my judgment. Not my judgment call on that one. So what's everyone doing for break?
Oh, dude, going home and I'm going to work. That is the plan.
Me too.
I haven't gotten that far.
You haven't gotten that far.
I'm
Sounds like a
planning-
real spring break though.
I'm planning one day ahead.
It sounds like a great spring
If
break.
that, yeah.
Good for you. That's what it's like, Elise.
I mean, I'm kind of going one day at a time too. I have like
God.
a couple days, but for the most part, a whole lot of nothing, which I can't complain about.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
straight.
The Seinfeld method. I like that. A whole lot of nothing. It's gonna be a break all about nothing. That's what's cool. But we're not gonna talk about nothing today. And I would like to, talk forever, but I can't talk that well. I have a little bit of a toothache going on, but I'm gonna do my best and strive through this. Plus, I also have a gigantic star burning my eyeballs as we speak here. So it's
Oh yeah.
like I can't even I'm like the
It's bad.
yeah.
It's very, very bright.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys are doing it.
So I have myself positioned where it's away from me.
Yeah.
I'm thriving.
Oh,
over
see,
here.
yeah, Tucker and I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm certainly not thriving. I'm surviving.
You can even see on the camera how it's like lighting up. Oh, now it's his entire face. But if he backs up a little, it's not his
Yeah.
entire face.
Maybe I should have
Yeah.
said
That's
that
why I
way,
try to
but
line myself up with that little
yeah.
support beam.
I mean, this is the setup. This is what everybody's gonna get.
Yeah.
This is what everyone's got at this point. So I'm excited. I'm excited for doing this episode though, because we have some interesting things to talk about. Because everyone recently has been seeing all the wildfires going on around the country.
Oh yes.
We have no idea what's been going on. Well, that's wrong. Excuse me as I create some dead air for 1 second, because that's wrong. Because as we have learned recently, there's been a lot of wildfires going on in places that they should not have been going on.
Yes.
And for the heck of it, and for fun, for the next wee bit of time, we are going to take a look at those situations. Oh, hey, Lisa. Lisa says hi. We
The other
have
special
multiple
guest.
we have multiple things going on inside this cube right now. We got the great meeting of the minds and the clash of the minds, the Mayans. Yeah, the clash of the Mayans here. What's everyone's thoughts on the wildfires? Let me just get everyone's thoughts. What do you guys know about wildfires? Come on, anybody?
Honestly, like
I know it sounds like we're in school right now.
Like a class that doesn't want to
it's
answer.
like teacher just asking a
So
question.
I think I saw
wild.
Tucker raise his hand.
Oh, yes, Tucker. I think I saw your hand come up. What do you have to say?
Yeah, honestly, like I've seen some really surprising locations for some of these wildfires. Like I seen one was in New Jersey, which I think is really surprising. I haven't seen a wildfire in New Jersey in a while, from what I've been looking at. Of course, like you obviously have LA wildfires, and honestly, it's just surprising with some of the locations that it's in. That's
Well,
what I'm really going crazy about.
Me too. Yeah, I don't know. I find the wildfires are not happening in places that they're supposed to be happening currently. I don't know if it's coincidental or I don't know. I don't really have I just bad timing or coincidental. I don't know, but some of them are being caused by human beings. So, like I said, maybe it's bad timing. Maybe it's coincidental. Again, I'm going to repeat it again because I really don't know.
Don't know.
Maybe
Don't
they're an
want to
agent
know.
of the Matrix to be sent here. But before I go any further with the wildfire stuff, I'm trying my best to get Frankie McDonald and if out this YouTube channel and checking out the cube since I have been trying to get your attention. I want you to come on my show and sit with my panel here, and we will talk for some weather stuff for a topic, and it'll be a good old time because I'm curious on the life that's going on up there in Nova Scotia, and we absolutely love your weather reports here in the States, and especially here at SUNY Brockport. Several of my classmates revere you, sir. So I just wanted to make that a very special point, and hopefully we can connect at some point. Get a lot of likes and reviews for that for you because I have a lot of friends here who absolutely love you. And that was just a quick side note I had to definitely throw in there. But I'm gonna go through some of the actual
network real quick.
huh?
Yeah, the network real
Yeah,
quick.
man, I
The
have to throw
network
that
real-
in. Just slip that in there real quick. You know what I mean? Just gotta make sure. Drink Coca-Cola and you make sure that things are being done to T where people don't notice all the crazy little ad throwouts there. For me, folks. I'm just kidding. So I just bookmarked some really fun, awesome. Yeah.
Holy
Bookmarks. These aren't all my. Where's my bookmarks? These are not my. None of them are my bookmarks.
I mean, they have the little bookmark icon.
Bookmarks? Yeah, they
Seems
are my
like
book.
it.
Yeah, these are my
Oh, there
book.
we
They're
go.
all related somehow. Where's my? These are all related somehow, and I'm telling you that they're all are related with the wildfires. That's why I clicked them all.
Oh no.
So, how much did you get? A lot of it. No.
A good
Yeah.
amount.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
They've been also going on for a while.
And I really hate to bring this up to the one that really scared me the most, but I'd never found out whether these people survived this or not.
Okay.
Because
You're
this
gonna
was
be
one of the
okay.
videos that were out there.
You're gonna be okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that,
I don't
dude.
know. After this, there's a watch.
Okay.
It's a little tense.
Oh, shit.
But see how the winds are blowing down that way, so it looks like that they might.
Yeah. Okay. The plastic is gone, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
It almost looks like it doesn't look real out there.
I wish you would have like
Right.
ran around his house and looked around like other people's windows to like really see a house around you.
Yeah, but at this point, you're probably like paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't really know what to do.
If you're
So,
surrounded
yes.
on all ends like that, I would only
The
imagine.
gas is off right now.
The only thing you can do is kind of sit there and just kind of.
Just kind of hope.
Oh, oof. I don't know if they ever found out if they survived or not. God, I would only hope. Let's see. I'm just gonna find out. But I did find it very interesting though that these fires specifically all started around the exact same time in 3 different locations. Camden's not a believer in conspiracies, but I want your conspiracy theorist thoughts on that. Let's hear it.
My
Yes,
conspiracy
yes.
theorist thoughts.
Yes, let the internet know what your conspiracy theory.
Definitely not a conspiracy theory. I'll tell you that. But is it possible that there's underlying
Climatological factors.
Thank you.
Yes.
Are there underlying factors that are not only affecting certain parts of the U.S., but all parts of the U.S., maybe even the globe, all at one time, that could also cause these things, and not just
It's a climate change, is what you're saying?
well, yeah, maybe, but that's not a conspiracy theory. Is that a conspiracy theory?
No, it is not. You want to know what climate change is, though?
What is it?
It's constantly happening and always happening on this planet.
Yeah.
It has been going on before we were born here, before man ever was born here.
Mhm.
So
I don't disagree at
yeah.
all.
No, I know. I just don't think that we're accelerating it to this hyper extent because I think that those fires were created by man. That's my conspiracy thought.
All of them?
Huh?
All of them?
In what? LA?
Yeah.
Oh, the three initial ones, yes. They were simultaneously started pretty much at the same time. I really don't believe that they even found the people for it. I know they made arrests.
Okay.
Wildfire started from somebody trying to make s'mores.
But there we go.
Yeah. Somebody was trying to make s'mores and then just fire out
That's
of control.
the South
Boom.
Carolina one.
Yeah.
The South Carolina one was started by some lady on the weekend, over this weekend when the South Carolina ones were going off. She was trying to make s'mores,
Yeah,
like he
making
said.
s'mores,
Yeah.
and then
And
boom, just wildfire goes out of control. So dry outside.
well, it wasn't as dry as you would have thought. I actually
Really?
pulled up. Yeah, so I pulled up some of the
Yeah, let's
things.
fact
They were
check this.
so
Let's
they
see
were
this.
like near normal average during the time. Near normal.
Mhm.
So near normal. This is the valid 7 through 11. So near normal, Long Island one going on, but this is where they were for South Carolina. And I'm going to pull it back for one more date.
Oh, I just want to say real quick,
Shoot.
shout out to the clouds
Please.
saving us.
Okay, wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the clouds have saved us.
I don't even know where that came from.
Yeah, I've been
Kinda
watching.
happened.
I've been watching it this whole time.
We're gonna give a big shout out right now to
Please.
the stratoform Cirro stratus cloud that has formed
Cereal.
in the higher part of the atmosphere. Yeah, Cirro
The Cereal
stratus.
cloud.
I was trying to find the chart, but I forgot we're still on this page. Anyways, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna take another side note real quick. Is this the hamburger? This is eating.
I can't take any more.
I had to end it. Yeah, that was. I don't really know why I find him that entertaining. However, I find his weather and his knowledge of weather to be so spot on and pristine that it's why I want to have him on.
What happened is we were all very sleep deprived the storm chasing trip,
Mhm.
and we just got into a hotel and we're all talking, and I think it was Nathan that just brought up, have you ever heard of Frankie McDowell? And that McDonald, and then it just spurred into this whole thing that like drove the rest of the trip. This was like about halfway through.
God, I don't know what else to say, but I just want him on this show because I want to know if he's actually a real person. It's an AI image generated.
I don't
He's
think
gotta
it's an
be
AI
real.
image yet.
He's been around for
a
too
while.
long.
I know. I see that. He's actually somewhat famous.
He's a too veteran, man.
Yeah, he is. He's
Charles, why don't we keep on scrolling?
huh?
We keep on
I didn't mean to
scrolling.
leave it on. I didn't mean to leave it on all this shit. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I swear I didn't bookmark that stuff. So I don't want to touch the Long Island one yet. I'm going back down to the LA one.
Okay.
I don't want to do any.
For credits too, though, I hit the bookmark thing all the time.
Yeah, dude, I hit it with a lot of stuff, but sometimes So
3 out-of-control wildfires are spreading all across LA County, fueled by
no, so that's really good.
Yeah.
What about the management of the response of the LA wildfires?
I didn't hear too much about it. All I kind of heard was them burning, and then I didn't hear anything more about it in the news.
Interesting.
So, to
really,
be fair, that's definitely not my expertise when it comes to weather and other things like that. I don't pay too much attention to fire weather, mostly just because I don't know much about it at this point. And I'm at a point where I want to learn too much about it. I'm sure I'll be forced to, not in a bad way, obviously, but
no, yeah,
going through this program, obviously I'm going to learn at least a little bit about fire weather. I'm sure you guys can attest to that.
Yeah, I did a whole
Mhm.
project on fire weather.
There you go. But I didn't really hear too much about it, especially someone who really only pays interest to like severe weather. So this, I mean,
This is
I'm sure
severe.
I was getting there, man. I'm sure some people would
Pretty
definitely
severe.
classify this as severe weather, which it is.
Yeah.
But that when I hear severe weather, like one of the last things I'll think of is fire. For
Yes.
That's pretty fair though.
I completely agree. However, this was a completely mismanaged event where they could have prevented probably about 70% of the infrastructure from completely burning. And it's very sad because no politics, no nothing aside, right? It's just simple common sense that you should have a certain amount of water if you're in a, area that's very fire prone because, and this is the point trying to be made, is if you're in this, area that is so prone to problems, right? You figured we'd have a force that would immediately respond, but it took them forever to try to even do anything about it. And then you look at what happened in South Carolina and like they put it out within like a weekend.
So fast.
Yeah, I'll say the one thing I know is that the only thing that I heard throughout this is like, oh, all the funding that got cut to prepare and what's the word? To relinquish the fires and everything. That funding got cut at some point before all this happened, and that was what a lot of the talk was. Like, just honestly, I would call myself an outsider from this, just because, like I said, I really didn't hear too much about it, even though, meteorology is my field of interest and stuff like that. But really, all I heard were the two things: that wow, they really can't contain this, and wow, we really shouldn't have cut funding. And those are the two main things.
Well, the Lake Mead water reservoir. So you guys remember the last winter, right? With the big atmospheric rivers that went through California. They had like the record-breaking snowfall in the Sierra Nevada. So they were at 160 or 170% water filled up with the reservoir. But they were due for their decadal cleaning of the water reservoir. So they drained it the beginning of the summer this summer, right? That's mismanaged. That's some mismanagement right there, if you ask me. But you know what? What's really nice though is that we learn from our mistakes and we move on. So the fire chief, I guess, is trying to get her job back. I think that she should get her back because I don't think that it was her fault. Because you can only work with so many tools that are given to you, and you keep asking for things, and people are like, "Oh, we gave you everything we got here. Sorry." So I kind of feel bad for this lady, because she I don't really think that she's the patsy. And then this one, okay, so now we're going to move on to South Carolina one, because this is the big comparison here. LA burned for, a couple of weeks or so? And the amount of damage and property damage and the amount of...
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they've only contained it about like 80%. Like not even fully contained yet.
Wait, in California? Oh,
I heard on the news this morning. I was just watching.
What? That's a Google
I believe
search
it's
right here.
80%
Hold on.
contained.
Is the LA fires fully contained? That would be very wide. I think that they didn't have an atmospheric river.
Only 80% at the moment. I could be wrong though.
Someone could be a part of a misinformation
I
campaign.
get fully
The 2020 team, but the impacts on the ocean are not. Oh, wait, a series of devastating. Okay, that's not even.
It's disingenuous, even if it is the Google preview when there's a bunch of casualties.
Look at this answer that Google.
Say, lives were
lives
lost.
were lost.
Like,
That's so vague.
this sounds so. Yeah, and there were wildfires are fully contained, but there are impacts on the ocean are not. But their impacts on the ocean are not. In January 2025, there were a series of devastating wildfires.
Yeah, like contradictory
So,
much?
yeah, a little bit, but we'll hang on. Are they fully Palisade first erupt? 4 weeks later, both the Palisade and fully contained, but they rank among the deadliest. Apparently,
It seems like they are.
seems like
it
they
seems
definitely
like
are. Well, that's good. I would have, see no active fires in California right now.
The fact it went on for 4 weeks.
Well, no, the fact that the fact that it went on for 4 weeks, yeah.
Insane.
I mean, they did have the unfortunate Santa Ana wind, but also had a lot of time in between certain gaps between the wind shifts and the calming of the winds, and then it picking back up that they should have maybe addressed more things. But it just stinks because it's kind of happening more and more frequently. And then you got the South Carolina, and this was started because someone wanted to roast marshmallows.
Yeah, just a whole marshmallow incident.
This was a wholesome marshmallow accident. Like,
Imagine having
someone had her on ring camera. Someone had her on, so it was. Yeah, but this one was really started by somebody. I got to give this lady credit. This is her. This is the marshmallow roaster.
Rest. Yep.
Wild, wild west, man. It's just
I don't know.
You think it's irresponsibility or she's just plain dumb?
Well,
A little bit of this.
I wonder where she started the fire to make marshmallows and then how it got so out of control.
Yeah.
But I swear, you could just use your stove if you want to make marshmallows, if you want to do it that bad.
I mean,
What?
it's been very nice in the south,
I was
temperature
gonna
wise.
say it's just negligence of people not getting alerts on their phone for anything ever, because there are plenty of times where I have gotten alerts on my phone where it's like, hey, if you are going to start a fire outside, make sure you are doing so responsibly and have the stuff to put that fire out
Mhm.
when there's these extreme fire weather conditions.
Yeah, I mean,
When it's super dry, super warm, and it's not super easy to put out, like, you have to have at least something.
Like, I bet she didn't put it
no.
in like a safe area, a whole bunch of dry leaves around her, probably in a tree line, maybe, and it just caught fire from there.
Maybe
She
use a
couldn't do
little bit of
anything about it.
gasoline to ignite it. You know?
She could have, yeah. What you said, kind of with the igniting thing, but then also just could have been windy.
Yeah,
And she may have
blows
just
into
been.
the tree line or something like that.
And
right
the
in the
next thing
grass.
you know is she's kind of like Billy Joel saying, I didn't start the fire, I swear to God. There's a lot of damage, though. That's a lot because it was so then I saw, what do you call it? Some satellite images too that they had. People, that's a good chunk, and then look, it went over here, and then it went over here.
Yeah.
And then it spread a little. There was another, I think, little fire. So there was like 4 or 5 of them at once, and they just didn't know like how the hell they all started at once, and all because of one lady and her
Marshmallow escapade.
her s'more addiction. She needs to go to S'mores Anonymous.
I wonder how many s'mores she got in before the fire
she is
started.
in
Yeah.
jail.
That's a good
So-
question. What was
I said she is in jail, assumingly. So
Well, I might want to go interview her. Bring Tucker's question there. Be like, so how many s'mores
Yeah,
did
how
you
many
get in?
S'mores did you get? At least 2.
Did
Like,
you at
there's-
least make one s'more?
you think she was eating a s'more when it happened?
Oh my god.
That's why
That's
it-
why the resources weren't available. Her hands were all sticky from marshmallows.
I can't touch the hose nozzle. It's gonna get sticky. Please, no.
Number 1 cause of wildfires.
Yo.
Sticky hands.
Yo, that's funny. I can only imagine. You had time to put it out, man. Why couldn't you do it? My hands were too sticky.
It's probably also irresponsible to speculate.
It 100% irresponsible to speculate.
1000%.
But this is not a responsible podcast to where, we're not making responsible claims right now. We're just having conversations and having a good time.
Touche.
Yeah. If you're afraid of someone coming and like attacking you or swatting you tonight, it's not going to happen. We have 3 people watching. If all of those 3 people just so happen to all be like specifically irate at what I'm saying right now, then I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It'll be on you, not on me.
Correct. I know that. And now I listen, you can swat me back. You get swatted, you swat me back. That's fair.
No, I'm okay. It'll be okay.
If they show up tonight, I'm like, damn, they already got him. That's quick.
You'll never take me alive.
How did they do that quick? I just don't get it, man. Yeah, I think that the most shocking one to me though was the Long Island one because they have no answers about this one yet. No answers. This one I found pretty wild because my grandma's. Yeah. I guess my one grandma who's doing okay. She's pretty close. That's pretty much next to Riverhead. But crazy conspiracy theories going on with that one.
I feel like the more populated and supposed to get, the crazier it's gonna get.
Yeah.
Especially
So
somewhere like Long Island.
well, it's not normal.
It's not normal.
No.
But you're also going to get a bunch of crazy heads giving
No.
even crazier conspiracies than you would in LA.
Yes. Logically, I did put this is what this chart is right here. This is why I put this up here.
Yeah.
Is because this is the outlook that they had for when these fires happened. They were below the threshold with the, probability or whatever you want to call it, chance of fires happening.
Yeah.
And that usually is a factor of moisture content and winds and everything else. And I would say the chart doesn't lie, but perhaps it does. I don't really know. See, I'll show everyone the chart here. I'm just talking, but this is the chart. Right here, we have Long Island. Observe Long Island in the below likely or leaning below. So you never know, though. I mean, you got likely below, leaning above, and then likely above. And they need to make a more definitive scale, I think, to measure this because each one of these is just open-ended.
Yeah.
Leaning above. I'm likely above. Likely below. But yeah, that one's a mystery because now it's creating things such as this mysterious post where someone thinks they're destroying Riverhead and some part in Nassau County. Yeah. To create smart cities.
Notice the first
What?
3 words. I asked AI.
Yeah, I know.
AI.
I wanted you to catch that, right?
Immediately invalidated whatever you were gonna say next.
Twitter's a shithole.
So I was about to say to her, right? I was about to say, do you think that she asked AI and like asked it the AI mode that was like, give me a logical answer, or the AI mode that's like, give me something outrageous
Give
and
me
tell
the
me a
doomsday
story.
scenario.
Tell me an end of the world scenario.
AI, tell me something that the government would have done.
How can we blame this on a real world issue?
I mean, it didn't get much traction,
Good.
and I only bookmarked
Look at
it.
all the
I didn't
people tagged
repost.
down there too.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
Well, these are all, Maui freedom. These are the people that she's got to let them know.
Yes, of course. And I hope at least one of them tells her to shut her mouth.
Upgrading lighting in smart LED systems for is that what smart city? See, but that wouldn't make any sense. Again, I don't understand these conspiracies because you're gonna go ahead and destroy an entire right. Thank you. Yeah.
I feel like more property damage would occur if you were to burn down an entire city than just remodel it. But
Mhm.
I digress. Maybe this woman is smarter than me.
Yes, paint.
This I love that the thing about that is this post is unavailable. I'm sure that was a wonderful post.
Probably was a nasty Greg. Wait, so how come there's no someone's community note this?
It doesn't have enough.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, it is something outrageous, but
Yeah.
just wanted to share the outrageousness because I find it so fun. Actually, scientifically, you can just take an extra 5 minutes and go into Google and type in what is the fire probability happening in Long Island over whatever date.
Uh,
Did you know that this hole is actually a black hole that exists in the place of Long Island?
No
yeah,
way.
yeah. Did you guys hear about this one? Did you hear about this? Do you know about this
I
now?
can't believe it.
Center of the universe you can go to right there.
I wonder if
It's a
there's
wormhole.
A bunch of other black holes in other places too.
They're all popping up at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
None of that's true, folks. Please don't take us seriously. We are a bunch of overworked and overstressed science students who are just joking around and having a good time and yucking it up.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Uh,
I believe in this.
Okay, well, that's just why we have you on the show. You're
No.
our realist conspiracist.
No. I wish I could wrap my brain around some of the things that people like Enchanted Nightbird say. But
All you have to do is ask AI, man. I don't know what you're talking
that is
about.
true. I can just, let AI think for me like half these people nowadays do.
We could play around with the AI assistants and let
Oh, actually,
let her run the
I'm
show.
okay.
Can we ask AI why LA didn't contain the wildfires real quick?
No, you really want to? I'm gonna do it for Tucker.
I
yeah.
wonder what it would say.
Oh boy.
If
What do
it
you
would
mean?
Give you like an
It'll-
enchanted nightbird kind of answer.
It depends on if it's.
Like
I'm
really
gonna do it
wonder
just to humor him for the one. That's
I
it.
really wonder
I've
where
never
people
once
get this
opened
info
this
from.
tab, by the way.
Really? Oh my god, it's so much fun. I
I
have the
have
one on my
no idea.
phone. Here, you can have a conversation with the actual one on your phone. That's an app, and you can just have full out. Like it's very smart. I'll show you guys.
Oh.
It's much easier than going through this. So promoting it so much. You have assistant storyteller mode. That's why I asked. Like maybe she got storyteller mode on. You got kid story time, meditation, conspiracy theorist. Not a therapist, not your doctor. Unhinged, sexy, motivated, and argumentative.
Trust me, I've heard my fair share about the
Argumentative.
sexy mode.
Which one you want?
Not that.
All
one.
right, we're gonna play a game real quick here. We're gonna have a take a break from the fire stuff. We're gonna do a game.
All right,
Tucker,
all
your
right,
pick first. Go ahead. Which personality do you want to hear grab?
Argumentative.
Okay, argumentative is now. Ask it a question.
Nah, I don't think starting with a question is the way to go.
All right.
It's like talk to like you're talking to me.
So Charles, what do you think about the LA wildfires? Do you think they were contained enough?
Wait, you're talking to me? No, not you. Don't have to call it Charles. It's not Charles. You're talking to another like thing.
Another AI. Oh my. Oh, they answered
Every
it.
time. Oh, it will like continuously listen to you.
Oh.
Yeah. So hold on. What'd you do?
Yeah, like I've never heard of this AI.
Oh,
I've only heard
Grok?
of like, Chat GPT, like different other AIs.
Yeah.
Never.
Tucker
Here.
also lives under a rock,
Yeah.
by the way.
Do you know a lot of
I'm not
people
much
that
better
live
than
under a rock?
No, I don't think anyone actually lives under a rock. That is a ridiculous way to interpret what people mean when they say it. Most folks I know are just clueless about certain things, not literally hiding underground. What's your point anyway? You think people are that out of touch?
My friend Tucker to the left of me is.
Oh, come on. Tucker's not under a rock just because you
Yeah.
say so.
Yeah,
Maybe
come
he's just
on. Thank you, AI. You got me. This thing's cool as hell. Hold on, let's change. What about not a therapist?
Wow, Tucker's gonna have 15 new friends now.
Hey, I've been struggling with my midterms. You think you can help me out?
Yeah, I'd love to help you with that. Midterms can be rough. What's been the toughest part for you so far?
Wow.
Dang, this has turned into a therapy session.
You
You
guys.
fall
picked the
asleep.
therapist, dude. You picked the therapist.
It's too warm in here, and I feel like I'm.
Your
no,
turn.
No, I'm okay. I'm good. Thank you though.
Elise,
I don't have any ideas.
you want to talk to the storyteller, the romantic, the kid story mode?
The romantic.
Wait, this is actually the best one. Can you let me know what's going on with P. Diddy?
Oh, fuck yeah.
No, it's not going on.
Yo. Oh, buckle off.
Okay, enough. You're unhinged, is right. You're totally unhinged. I am so sorry. I didn't know it was gonna curse at me. I just need a second.
I think that's the one AI that I see on IG now.
Is that the one you see on IG
I
all the
see
time?
that all the time.
Dude, it's
now.
cr- it's-
the one that just swears all the time.
I'll be honest with you, it's really good to riff. Like you have any research ideas or anything, it's really good to talk to the assistant mode and actually like speak logical, science to it, and It knows all physics. It knows all of meteorology. It's pretty good. And it keeps learning. So, yeah, it's pretty helpful, actually. On a real note, you know, all the fun, unhinged cursing and whatever AI girlfriend thing aside.
You can make it as smart as you want it to be. That's really what it comes down to.
Apparently, you can make it as dumb as you want.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, unhinged, angry, aggressive. But yeah.
So, do you guys have any plans for the lunar eclipse tonight? Or
Oh yeah. That was one other thing I was going to touch base on too. You beat me to it there.
oh yeah,
It's one of the little surprise things. I do not know what I'm doing for that. Anybody else?
I mean, I know there's a group that's heading to. I want to say.
yeah.
I'm guessing
you're
off
right.
the top of my
I think
head.
you're right.
But for me, honestly, I'm just gonna be sleeping at home.
I'm
If I
gonna
can,
be
if I wake up and I
Real.
can see it out of my window, cool. If you're not, then you know, I don't really care.
I mean, if I wake up an hour earlier, so I think it starts at 2:30, right?
Something like that.
Let's take a look. Pretty sure. It's like 2:30 or 3 in the morning. It's wow, that's a long totality.
Over an hour.
Yeah, that's a really long totality. Yeah. It's 14.
The world will end. That's what it says.
Is bring major shifts in career, love, health, and all zodiac signs. We're about to all hit good fortune, folks.
This rare celestial event in Virgo will push individuals to reflect, adapt, and transform.
That's right. The year of the Virgo.
Virgo.
I'm a Virgo.
I can't. That's what zodiac signs.
Yeah, the zodiacs. We do them for the morning show every now and again with Liv, and it's actually sometimes like
Pretty spot on. Pretty weird.
sometimes It's weird.
Maybe you just live your life according to a book, Tucker.
I don't.
So you know your rising sign and your moon sign?
I don't even know what that means.
My half sign.
I somewhat know. I know what I am. I just don't know what they mean.
I don't know.
I'm a Virgo with rising Sagittarius and moon sign of a Gemini.
What?
I'm grasping for my own identity. That's what it is. I'm from the moon and I rise in Sagittarius, and you know.
I need to go to bed.
You do? How long have you been up for?
Not that long.
I need to go to bed soon. Not
I
yet.
just didn't give my answer because I figured you've been awake longer than I have.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. What time did you get up?
7.
We got up at the same time.
There you go. Okay.
Not yet. You know, not yet.
Everything's fine.
Everything is fine. My mouth hurts though. It's been hard to do this.
It's been chirping through though.
You could go to the Storm Prediction Center and we can
Awesome.
talk about Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're
the
about
severe
to.
weather.
We are about to get there. I'm very excited.
Severe
I'm
weather
also very excited.
outbreak.
This is what I do know stuff about.
So yes, we are going to get into that. But first, I'm just kidding. What I have is sorry. What I have is a series of Donald Trump videos I'm going to watch. Cam didn't watch by him. No, I'm so kidding. I am so kidding. So kidding. He's like, what? No.
Based off all the saved on X's.
Oh,
Wouldn't make it any-
fuck. Right? No, I know. Well, no, technically speaking, there's nothing on there about Donald Trump. It's got, or I think Obama on there. I think I don't even know who
saw
else.
Obama on there at one point. I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, no, it's because it was an old Obama clip and he was talking about something. It's when I knew him as Obama.
What?
It's when I knew him as Obama.
What do you know him as now?
Barry. Obama. Barack. President Obama.
Okay.
I don't know. Still the same guy,
Well,
but
you made it sound like you know him as something different.
no, I don't know. What did you mean by that?
I don't know. I thought you
I
were
was like, what?
I thought you were saying that you like knew him as. Do you know him on
Like,
a first name basis? Now?
Like
Are you
knew
tight
him
with Obama?
personally.
No, not really, but we did meet once.
Yeah, we did tell that story.
Yeah. Well, experience. It's not really a story. It's something that's got fiction to it, but whatever. Good old Barry. We spoke recently, Barry and I actually.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, that's why I have, because he just popped in my head, and I was like, I haven't spoken to good old Barry in a minute. So we talked about his wife's new podcast, and I don't know, it was good old time. We're gonna go to SPC here. Get off of the K hole. I mean the X hole.
Oh my god.
Whether that was a purpose, it was all nicely planned or not. This is pretty crazy. So this is I'm trying to pick my words lightly here because I don't really want to scare people, but this is a very rare event. Probably once in every 10 to 20 years happening right now. And it's concerning on a lot of different aspects. So I'm not going to lead off this conversation because I've been forecasting it for a couple of days, putting out my weekly outlook soon. Look how big it is.
Yeah.
Look at all the colors.
Yeah.
Lots of color.
This is like a Skittle right here.
It's like a pancreas.
So you guys are learning about this. So this is the part where I'm going to sit back and I'm going to let one of you guys look at, how to operate SPC, right?
Oh,
Go ahead. Let's see. Tell me what's
All right,
going on.
So the most concerning thing here is that I know how to operate SBC. What I don't know how to operate
Is the mouse?
Damn mouse.
Oh, so sorry. Okay, so the real quick tutorial on the mouse. You'll
you
like
tried to
it.
give it to me last time.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand.
So this is just moves around, right? Moves the thing,
Yep.
right? So you're on two screens here, so
Yep.
obviously that. So this is, if you do one finger motion, it'll scroll.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
see, and then you have left click, right click. If you do two swipes like this, it should change. I'm not trying to actually do it, but it'll actually go back and forward for you.
Okay.
Kind of like an Apple setup
All right.
or a trackpad.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very useful.
All right. The biggest concern in my eyes is not just the fact that, we have giant moderate risk over Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, which first of all, we have seen a lot of new moderates and enhanced and all throughout probably at least the last couple of years, maybe even further back, that are shifting a little.
You gotta tell what those.
further.
You gotta tell people what that means.
What if I was going to get there?
Oh, okay.
Gosh.
Jumping the gun.
We've
That's
seen
true.
a lot more of these, fun little pretty diagrams sitting over a little bit further than they had in the past. Obviously, these moderates, enhanced, slight, marginal, too small to measure. They are basically, you have your word right here, categorical outlooks for. Oh, I skipped too far. Go back. Come on, click. There we go.
Yeah.
Your outlooks for the chances of severe weather.
I think this is we're on the day
This is
two.
day 2. Now, not only is this little blob here concerning, because this is basically just showing you what are your chances of having severe weather within 25 miles of this point, I believe. Is that right? 25? Doesn't say anywhere specifically right here, but I think it's like 25 miles of this point. My bad.
No, it's not you. It was your input was down a little.
So typically when you see a moderate risk in the Storm Prediction Center, it is for one of 3 reasons, and you have your reasons listed right here. You have tornado, your tornado probabilities. It says right there, probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a point.
Which is a major tornado. Sorry, I didn't definitely not mean to.
You're good.
Just a major tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not always, because that's what the hatched area is for. They would still forecast the same thing, I'm pretty sure, even if it was just EF0s or EF1s.
That's what you were talking about.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting to the hatched area now.
Oh.
So the hatched area there, it says 10% or greater probability of EF2/EF5 tornadoes within 25 miles of a point.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there is not assumingly, why they issued the moderate risk for day 2. The reason that they did it is for there we go, 45% wind risk. And you can see if you go back and forth, if you look close at the models, they look the moderate risk here. God, this mouse is kind of annoying me right now.
It's
also maybe because I'm up against the charger. There we go.
That'll do it. That'll
So not only, they look fairly similar. Couple that in with the 30% sig hail risk too. That sorry.
What? That it's concerningly high?
No. We'll talk.
Did you
after.
say you said I heard what you said. Yeah.
It was not on purpose, obviously.
I heard that actually.
Either way.
I actually looked that up the other day.
Oh.
I actually asked AI about that because I'm like, what the heck is that? I passed some gas, so if it smells, it's my bad. And just to let you know, just gonna warn
Thanks.
everybody.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you smell that?
I'm gonna talk
My bad.
with my shirt
I'm sorry.
over my nose.
Sorry, I was gonna hold it in, but then you made me laugh, and because you said something that should not.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I asked that actually from AI, and it literally is like, you're pronouncing it wrong, and then it pronounced it for me, and I was like, oh.
So this is the day 2 moderate.
It's not that bad.
We move over. Oh, it's not here right now. Okay, we'll
told you
just
it's
go
not
back
that bad.
over. So this is for tomorrow, May 14th. Yeah, this is for May 14th.
This is the big mama tomorrow. No,
They're both equally concerning.
They're on day 2 right now.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm. So that's for the 14th, which is tomorrow, which would be day 2. Yeah. So if we move over to day 3, there's the clicker. You see, as of right now.
No.
There it is.
Oh,
There
there
it
we go.
is.
Something relative. Oh, that is updated from the last time I
yes,
saw it.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
it
updated
is.
from earlier.
There's a lot
We did a
scarier.
very detailed forecast earlier with this, and that updated
That's very different.
much bigly. We'll
Yeah.
just say it. Don't use that word bigly right in that area.
Not
bigly.
to
I don't know what else to say because it's shocking.
not to theory craft. I don't specifically think at this current moment that tomorrow, March 14th, gets updated to a high risk. I would be pretty shocked to see that, because we see here, we have our legend here. We have the first 5 actually. We have the first 5 categories of the outlook, but then the secret 5th one here is the high, which is a lot scarier than moderate, because it basically means, hey, look, there's going to be severe weather right where you are, and there's really not much you can do about it.
It's basically life threatening.
Yeah. What the scariest part about this is that, in my experience watching the Storm Prediction Center for a good while now, day 3s, you don't typically see anything higher than a 30% for severe weather for the probabilistic. And if we click here, that's a pretty big region
Go down.
of 45% or
Mm.
more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It follows the entire moderate, essentially.
Well, wait, we'll get into, Elise and I will get into the thermodynamics after you're done here, because there's a whole bunch of evidence pointing towards, like I said, some pretty historical stuff
Yeah.
happening tomorrow.
And I do know about a decent amount of that, but definitely not enough to speak on it like you guys definitely can when I'm
But
done
you're
with
doing
this-
really
with-
good
with the
You're doing
surface
re-
level
yeah,
stuff.
you're doing definitely a great job right now. So continue.
Now, part of it could also be because it's directly following this first start of the outbreak. But this is not something you ever want to see. This is a scary color. When you have this little neon purple when you're looking at the Storm Prediction Center, if anything purple or pink, you don't really ever want to see that. This dark red is scary enough.
Well, for us, I guess we want to see it. That's the sick
Yeah.
part about us.
in a sense. It's also, so when I'm on the SBC, what I actually like to view the cities.
Have you seen the SPC betting app?
Yeah,
I'm so kidding.
Yeah. Anyway,
Dude, that's a lot of people.
but these are important cities. I mean, not that every city's not important. But you have big places
these are Camden's must-keep cities on our country.
in the 45. We have New Orleans is right there, Birmingham, Baton Rouge, Montgomery, Mobile. I don't care. It's Alabama. I'm kidding.
As
kidding.
Mobile.
Mobile, Alabama. But even in
Northern.
in the significant severe risk, Nashville, big one right there. Atlanta, big one right there too.
That's a lot of people.
I think it might actually even be worse for the day 2. Maybe not.
There's more people, I think, in the day 3.
Maybe more people, but I'm not sure about
I think.
city wise. I actually do want to go.
Just once
check
you
that.
get past the Mississippi, like to the east, it
We
gets
load.
very
Thanks.
populated.
For the moderate here, yeah, St. Louis, Springfield, Peoria, Decatur. I would assume this is Champaign. I don't know. I actually don't think I've ever seen that on a map, but
Champaign.
good enough.
Yeah, Champaign, Illinois.
Memphis, Des Moines, Jackson, Cedar Rapids, Evansville. And then you should even still be concerned if you're in a slight risk. Chicago, Indianapolis, those are places that
Very-
can't take any of this lightly either with how big the threat is. But yeah,
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot more to it. If we scroll down, it gives you, all the fun details that I can't speak on perfectly because,
But you can read it.
I mean, I'll read it out loud. Yeah, sure. Why not?
You can read some of it.
All right. There's a moderate risk of severe thunderstorms in southeast Iowa, eastern Missouri, Illinois, far western Kentucky, northwest Tennessee, and northeast Arkansas. A regional outbreak of severe storms is likely over the lower mid-Missouri, Mississippi valleys, and lower Ohio Valley late Friday afternoon into Saturday morning. Friday afternoon? Oh, that's scary. That's like soon. Tornadoes, several of which could be strong, widespread damaging winds with wind gusts from 70 to 90 miles per hour, and scattered large hail up to baseball size will be possible. So, fun fact, they really don't say that much.
Yeah, they don't.
Especially
for SPC.
You have tornadoes, several of which could be strong, which is pretty concerning language.
There's a very the data is so concrete and so strongly pointing in one direction, and that is just it's going to be a problem over the next 2 days. And I'm trying to find like the words to not hype it up. You know what I mean? And try to scare people. Yeah. But like, this is a very, very like dangerous, and it is still right now as we speak, it is escalating to, it's developing into a worse situation because every time one of us looks at the data, it keeps getting worse.
As meteorologists, obviously, it is a lot easier for us to come to conclusions and jump to them and look at all the underlying data and all the underlying conditions that are going on. And it is, we're able to forecast this obviously a lot better than the general public, but it's also good to wait for these SPC updates because it's every 3 hours, or is it shorter or is it longer than that?
The SPC, they'll put out like
maybe they're every 6.
Okay, so during like the events, they'll do one like every couple hours, every 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
But they put out like a daytime, and then they'll do a 0. So they basically do a 0Z and a 12Z. So this was like the 12.
Yeah, this was the 12Z.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or well, no, this is they might be doing it almost every. Hang on, I could tell you how we can.
I'm just saying the one that I think the one that we just looked at was the 12Z. Oh, excuse me, for today.
Yeah, because I think you can pull up the rest of them if you want, and I think they're doing almost every hour to update right now.
Yeah.
Because when there's an event, so like hurricane, or if they know there's a severe event, they turn their updating, up full magnitude to kind of give like a hourly update and stuff.
And this is also another thing I want to mention. This is a very interesting shift in what we see typically as our month for tornadoes. I can remember fairly vividly. Okay, I say fairly vividly, and I'm about to give a a time span that is not perfect. It was either 21 or 22 that just around this time we had the first high risk, and I think, a couple of years at least. The first high risk was either March. No, just like
in general.
In general, the first high risk that had happened in a while.
Last year.
Was it last year?
Last year during the big outbreak that happened in New York State, we were at a high risk.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
We weren't in the high risk. But we wound up being we were in the 30%, marginal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But there was below that, there was a the severe risk.
Sorry. I was thinking of the last time, how long it took in between. I was thinking of the last high risk before that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because that was a few years before that. But last year was like the first time. And that's why it was such a big deal, because it was like so early in the season. It was not a typical event. And it was also because it was a tropical system that just happened to mix with the lower jet.
Yeah. I want to say, was that first one? Was it the March 31st into the April Fool's Day? Was that high risk? Or was there one before that or one after that as well? Because I know that was like some of the important ones of that were like, you had the Rolling Fork tornado I'm pretty sure that was March 31st. And I'm 99% sure that was on a high risk as well.
We could look. I mean,
but I'm thinking before that, what I was thinking of, and I remember at least the day, like how it played out, because I want to say it was either my sophomore or I think it had to have been my sophomore year. And it was when I was like really, really starting to get into tracking like the Storm Prediction Center stuff, because I remember I had a renewed interest in weather after the Mayfield tornado in 2021. So I want to say it had to have been 2022 then that I'm talking about here. And I was it was a day where I was already kind of sick and really didn't want to go to school. And I was talking to my mom that night, And she was like, you're going. It doesn't matter. I was like, Mom, but you don't understand. There's going to be this crazy severe weather outbreak that happens in the afternoon, which obviously that was a stretch to begin with because, they last for a while.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I want to be home with all my computer stuff to track it. And this is like the first time I can do that because I love the weather now. And I like kept persisting and kept persisting and kept persisting. And eventually she was like, shut up. Fine. Whatever. And I stayed home. And I did stay true to my word. I sat with, I don't know if it was my computer or my laptop, but it would have been a laptop because I was out in the living room, had the weather channel on, had my laptop open in front of me, tracking all a bunch of random crap. I sat there and it was great.
You're lucky your mom did that. My mother would, what the?
I'm pretty sure she's watching right now too. So I'll see if
You're
she
an
remembers.
awesome
I'll see if she
mom.
remembers that.
You're an awesome mom. Thanks, Mom.
Shout outs, yes.
Again, well, shout out to your mom. We're always shouting at your mom on this. Ooh, look at all the convection starting.
Yeah, that is
Look at that.
scary.
Yeah, so this is the Gozer 1-6. The Gozer 1-6 imagery looking at conscious east. Goes east, geostationary. What is it? Observational. God, something satellite. But yeah, there's a lot of way ahead too. Absolutely way ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting over the next couple of days because these are just going to be continuously popping up in this area over the next 48 hours. Because you can see a lot of the rising motion here with all the greens and, the whites and greens pluming up there. Also, this is the main, I think, reason why they're, being fed so much energy is you got a nice little, as they call it, an atmospheric river, but a low-level moisture jet basically shooting over and being able to make its way over the Mexican, whatever you want, mountain. There's the mountain range there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's pretty impressive if it's able to make its way completely over here and get itself to basically cause a lot of mayhem tomorrow and over the next couple of days. This is going to provide some extreme amount of energy.
These are two things. Like watching everything
Look how dry.
pop up here, even though this is almost 24 hours before anything's scheduled to happen. I'm very, very curious tomorrow, as soon as the first day 2 for Saturday comes out.
It's going to get bigger.
I'm very, very, very interested to see how they categorize everything in terms
It's going to get so. I think that the slight will be in our area, and it's going to keep.
Oh yeah.
Because the way that the motion of the storm is going to go, so you can it's a little harder to see because this is low levels. But if we go up to the upper level, even with just the goes, without even looking at any surface maps or charts, you could see where it's like the upper levels are basically set up to where everything's kind of going in this zonal, then it goes meridional, just straight up north. So the track is basically taking the low and just going like that.
The thing that is interesting about that, though, is that even though that is like exactly what you were saying, how they're just tracking up like that, you see that the moderate compared from day 2 to day 3 is shifting significantly further down, which is a direct byproduct of what's going on the first day. But what is interesting to think about right now is that it seems like they've already mostly made up their mind for tomorrow on how they at least have some sort of idea of how it's going to go.
Yes.
They have the 10% score, which is almost a staple whenever you have a moderate risk, unless they're thinking derecho and nothing else.
They're thinking of derecho and nothing else. I like that.
But nothing's to say that they don't update that in the next 24 hours before anything happens. We've seen it plenty of time. But what I'm very, very interested to see, not only what you were talking about, how is the day 3 risk going to expand, but also what they're going to categorize it as like, we have the 10% SIGTOR, the 45% for the wind, and the 30% for the hail. Is it going to hold up? Is it going to be close to the same thing for day 3? Is it going to be different? Is it going to take a different form with how far it's shifting southeast, I guess?
We can take a look at the map, see what everything's
we can take some educated guesses.
That was weird. But look what we have right now here. Okay, we got some pretty interesting. Got a couple different random dry lines all set up, which are just not. Look, you get dry line.
Yeah.
Dry line.
I'd say it was the
Stationed.
one going through
Not.
Pennsylvania.
Then this has been here for a couple days, and then finally, this is tomorrow's Mayhem.
Yeah.
This is tomorrow's Mayhem.
It doesn't look great.
It looks really good. It looks good for people like you and I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not for people that live there. I'll tell
Look
you
at
that.
the zones. Just look at the panic zones here.
That's horrible, but
This
yeah.
is the kidney failure. This is why it's shaped like a kidney. This is the kidney failure tomorrow. This is really something not to not joke about, but what we just wow.
It's covering over 10 states.
I think it's more than 10.
They're gonna get a long
It is
tract.
long,
Maybe it's not more than 10, but still.
Maybe this will be a good time to bring up our next sponsor, and that is the Noah Bet app. That is the Noah Bet app. If you have a gambling problem and love to bet on weather, I'm just so kidding. That is not.
Coming to you soon.
Coming to you soon from Noah.
You know, you have seen things where people do actually bet on the weather, though, right?
I do.
Okay.
Of
I'm just
course.
making sure.
You do it too. It's
No,
called the $5 you pay for the weather competition. You may not get a cash prize, but you're getting a prize, and that's a trophy. So yeah, I know. I wanted to actually start when I I really want to start one, or get DraftKings to get sponsor some weather bets.
You want to get sponsored by DraftKings to make weather bets?
Yeah, I do actually.
That is beautiful.
Isn't that?
Yes.
Make a weather parlay.
Think you had a gambling problem? Bet on the weather. You will never be able to stop.
All right. Over under 2.5 EF2 plus tornadoes for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna couple that with
What's the under?
well, that over under. That's the line. That's where the line gets
Yeah, but
set.
what's the spread?
That is the what?
What's the spread?
There doesn't need to be a spread. This is just one solidified
But
number.
you just said over under.
yeah,
Just
the
over under.
is 2.5. So anything over 3 would be the over. Anything under 2 would be the under.
But what is going to be the over? What's going to be the under in severe weather?
What?
You just if it
How-
happens
how
or it
many
doesn't.
tornadoes?
No, I said EF2 plus tornadoes.
Oh, okay. That's the
There
part I
we go.
missed. I'm
Okay.
so sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good.
I'm like,
I was so confused on what you were
I'm like,
asking me.
what's over under? Just if it happened or it didn't. Yeah.
Personally, I'm hammering the over.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my weather parlay soon.
We'll write it out on the
My weather pick 6 with 6 locations. Terrible. And I cannot believe people in our industry do this.
I can. Not saying myself, but there's some greedy individuals out there.
sick freaks as we talk about it.
Yeah, well, I might start the app. Taking people advantage, and I'm just gonna mumble
Good
a little
luck.
bit more. I'm just gonna keep mumbling. People won't understand what I'm truly saying here, but bet. Large amounts of cold, hard Bitcoin.
Money.
Bet all your Bitcoin on this tornado today.
It's a lot of money.
But
nowadays.
technically speaking, though, I could be like the next Jim Cramer of the betting world of weather. You see this here? You see, we got marginal risk here. You want to buy into Seattle. Buy into Seattle. There'll be no tornado in Seattle, but you're gonna sell it everything in Illinois because it's gonna be devastating, folks. Buy. Okay, I'm really hurting my mouth. Ow.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
I
I
don't
really
think-
I feel like we were just having a very serious conversation for a moment, so I need to take it back. But
Touche.
yeah, so
Close,
yeah,
of course.
I'm complete. Actually, it got
Ooh,
yeah, that's worse.
it's a lot worse.
Yeah.
Got even worse.
Wow. Okay, so you know how we were just talking about how it updates pretty, and there's going to be ongoing updates, and we're not 100% sure on what the conditions will be in the next couple of hours. Well, I'm going to
Bad.
be smart and hit enter again just to make sure that it's loaded up. But here's our day 2 still the same kidney zone of disaster, and then we hit here, and it looks
All hell
like
breaks
the
loose.
kidney stones are
And-
starting to block.
They're starting to rupture.
Yeah, they're starting to bleed out.
Starting to pass the kidney
A
stones.
secondary low takes form in the mid-Atlantic states while this monster continues to whip 2 first cold front and a second cold front through its domain. basically.
You don't want to see that.
This
I'll
is like
tell
a
you
warm
that right
sector.
now.
This is a, they don't even have it marked, but it's probably some weird occluded frontal area right in this. This is this right here. To be honest, as this moves out this way, this is going to be a complete S show, like a complete show.
Yeah.
Like Casey's driving through this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Casey's on his way. Casey's okay. So our professor is on his way currently into the kidney zone. That's where he'll be tomorrow.
Where
Yeah.
is he going?
That's where he's gonna be tomorrow.
So St. Louis, and then he's going the next day through the next kidney zone, and he's going to the Carolinas.
Is he
Oh my God.
doing it on purpose? Is he chasing or is
No,
he
he's
just,
not
No,
chasing.
He's
just
like, I'm not gonna chase. I'm not gonna chase.
yeah.
he's gonna chase.
These are his plans.
He's gonna
He's
chase.
chasing. He's chasing.
I mean, I told him if he does to let me like text me so then I can get on this and then get a live
That would be
stream.
be cool.
Yeah. So I can like, that would be cool. So that's something to possibly stay tuned in for, but I highly doubt it because Casey's doing other personal things that I think he wants to enjoy on his very bare minimum time off. This is interesting right here. Is this a blizzard? How much or a freeze? Extreme freeze?
Freezing rain.
Cold.
I think.
Yeah, freezing rain.
Lots and lots of cold.
Freezing rain. That's what ice
Freezing
storm.
rain
Yeah.
Possible.
Makes sense. Think about how warm it's getting, and then you're getting this whole mess of right behind in the sinking part. That's just a big mess, man. I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of at a loss of words because this is
We'll have to see how it pans out for the SBC as well.
mhm.
Yeah.
But the weather prediction center is pretty good with getting their maps for the most part. I would say correct. You look at some of the surface to see where the surface is at right now.
Yeah, with how that's looking though, it'll be very interesting to see what the next day 3 looks like for the Storm Prediction Center
Mhm.
because that is it's an interesting one to just see.
So I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So see the stationary front I was talking about? It's been there
Yeah, it's
well
chilling.
over 24 hours. So it means something is cooking up.
Yeah.
Something is cooking up.
Something's cooking.
There is something cooking up.
The atmosphere down there is not too happy.
These aren't. This isn't the atmosphere you're looking for. Fronts. Let's see what the fronts are. Oh, that's a heck of a dry line.
It's also bad when you have such a crazy storm complex like this as the first severe weather outbreak of the entire year because
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot of crazy heads talking about this is the worst thing we've seen since April 27th, 2011.
Yeah.
This
well,
is worst case scenario. Obviously, it looks bad.
climate-
Anybody who's looking at the colorful images can tell you, hey, this is probably not a good thing. But also jumping to conclusions that are that strong are not good.
And mind you, March is typically one of the busiest months when it comes to dynamic winter systems and extratropical cyclones. This is climatologically speaking the time of the year that is expected to happen because we're in this transition season where you got the polar jet kind of receding and the subtropical jet taking over from the equator and the warmer air trying to come settle in. And it was an actual winter this winter, so there is so I like to say, the little battle between the cold and warm that
Yeah.
doesn't really help out anybody who doesn't want to deal with severe weather. But for us, I definitely,
I'll be glued to my phone
Yeah, it's
tomorrow.
like a
I'll
gold
tell you
mine
that.
for us.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, this is the surface that we were just looking at. But yeah, it is warm air is completely just man. I'm gonna go back to the SBC real quick. I'm looking for where is it? As if they can. Where is it? I just want to see the next. Woo, we're going slow now.
The next few days after that, don't like anything too special.
I'm just
for right
pretty
now.
sure that 4 and 8, there should be something in this area.
Yeah,
that- right?
I think for 4.
Right here, right? Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's only 15 for now, and I would be shocked to see
if you go
back
anymore.
to 50.
We were kind of talking about that earlier because there's a whole bunch of other factors. Because again, it's not like there's not that much warmth to really travel that far up north to really feed it and keep it really kind of keep it going. Do I want to put it on? You know what? I go to buy the WPC real quick again. Let's see what they have. Shoot, wildfires.
If they'll show up.
Yeah, these are your weekend hazards right here coming up. If it'll show up. It looks like my internet is or whatever is trying to
I think it's the Wi-Fi. Honestly, it's been
are lined and
it's been a little strange for me today too. And normally I don't really have too many problems with it, but
there it is.
It's been a little weird.
Has it been giving you problems today too? Like
Yes.
I thought that my MacBook was
I thought
breaking.
I thought my laptop was screwing up too. I was trying to play Roblox, man. It wasn't working.
I was trying to pay my housing deposit. I'm like, why is it not loading?
Two very different sides of the spectrum.
I was trying to get this map to load up here so we can look at some more of this
You got
severe.
it now, at least.
And I'm like, why is it not loading? Oh Lord.
I think it's past my bedtime.
I feel that. Hey, look, we're in America still, I think.
That's not America.
You sure?
I mean,
It looks like American.
I mean, can you pronounce that?
Yeah, close.
It looks
enough.
like American.
No, we are in Africa.
I think it's Russia, dude.
I know.
It's in Africa. We're just there it is. Ah, man, I'm really hoping that this changes though. I'm gonna have to work in that heavy rain. Not looking forward to that. I'll be very honest with you. I'd rather be in this, whatever this is.
That's Saturday, right?
He is 16th into the 17th, yeah.
Yikes! No, thank you.
It's
It's not gonna be fun.
Yeah. Oh my god, my mouth hurts so bad now at this point. But yeah, I can't believe I made it this far. Talking almost for a whole hour about.
It's an hour and 20. You did good.
Yeah.
I know. I thought I wasn't gonna make it more than an hour. Ibuprofen does a wonderful. It is great. Let me tell you. Take 6 of them.
That's a
Yeah, pop them like Tic Tacs.
You can't take more than 2,000 at a time milligrams. So
I thought it was like 800.
no, it's like
more than.
my doctor said that it's like literally you can't take more than.
Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't take more than like 1,000 at a time,
Mhm.
but a little bit one extra over.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do it sometimes. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have been able to talk, I don't think.
Yeah.
But that's about all the severe wildfires, severe weather stuff. We wanted to just kind of go over some of this. People who are going to be in these impact zones over the next few days, please be careful. Please be safe. If I get a chance, I'll try to do some live updates if I can, but I have a busy weekend working. And if any of the severe weather comes up here, I will try to do some live streaming. But it's very, 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 very unlikely that.
Yeah.
We can hope.
Yeah, one can hope.
We'll see.
It is going to help warm up and bring us into springtime after this week. So that's a good thing.
True.
But yeah, anybody who has anything else to say? Any
all
final
good.
Jerry's final last words? Just make sure, I don't know, like, subscribe, follow, on YouTube and Rumble. Appreciate everyone checking out this next episode. There'll be more content, and we'll be off for a week and coming back the week of the 24th because we're all on spring break. What is that going?
That's a grabber. That's a
What are you
claw.
grabbing?
It's a pooper scooper.
Come here. What are you doing?
It's the claw.
Oh, is that telling us?
Ah.
Give him the
What is-
claw.
I'm curious now to know what the claw is. So many things going on in this queue.
On that note.
So everyone, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate everyone's time. Make sure you share and can't